Hey everyone, I have sort of created an IEA. It's been about a couple of hours. Um, yeah, so I have an IEA which is combined with a feature mappings diagram. So it's a combination of both. I would say it's a map. And the idea is that a user would start with like a login screen where they would have uh, uh, their own database creation and user ID creation and separating the knowledge base between those different user IDs in the backend. So that will happen. So that is user authentication, and there would by default users would land on a home page that would have a note editor and an AI assistant. Um, and you would have a navigation bar where you could essentially go to projects or your growth insights or integrations. So what I'm thinking about the home is that uh, the homepage would have note editor and AI assistant. So the note editor would be where users can take notes, and as of now, I'm thinking about plain notes, but we as you can see, I have options where you can attach any images or Figma files, and also have some formatting options just to give some structure to your notes, and then maybe use some templates so that always you have some consistent format of taking those notes. But yeah, right, we'll start with building something that has capability of taking plain notes, right? So that is where we'll start. And then there's AI assistant where you have a chat in a window and the input text box where you can basically type out a message and get some recommendations to get you started, right? Attachments is an option, but let's see what we can do. And then all of the nodes that you create may be organized by projects, and each project would have its own dedicated project page. And so um, I will explain this project page in detail a bit using a different diagram, but yeah, that is the idea. Another thing you would have is a growth insights panel where you would see your growth as a designer across projects. So there may be options like goal setting in which areas you want to excel or improve yourself. And there might be pattern recognitions through all the learnings that you have logged, and there might also be personalized learning recommendations based on what patterns are being observed through your learnings. So yeah, this is where users will they be able to see their own growth profile. And then there's integrations, which I was thinking maybe there's a way to not explicitly type out everything in the note editor and get a lot of data from different tools such as Figma or Notion or Slack or Zoom calls, and yeah, different places where designers usually tend to make most of their decisions or log most of their decisions. So that is the idea with integrations. And of course, there would be each integration would have its own page with, like what the tool is, and then how much data do you want to be captured from that integration, right? So you're in control of how much data you want to share. And then here there would be a request page, which is a future scope, but let's see how much we can do. So this is like a user flow roughly, but it also includes some backend things, just for my reference about how I need to build things. So user logs in, they type out their learning, they assign a project to that learning, and then they save their learning. And this keeps on happening daily or weekly. And what I have to do is kind of take those learnings and vectorize them and store it in a vector database. Um, so yeah, so that is one. And then the second one is this. So this works with an RAG setup. So RAG setup is where RLE setup is where basically you can chat with a existing knowledge base, and that knowledge base is contains like an AI agent that is connected to an OpenAI or API. This can be replaced by maybe DeepSeek or something, but like I'll use OpenAI. And then it is also connected to your vector database that you already are populating all your data in. And so any queries that hit this agent would refer to that knowledge base and then answer back. Yeah, so that is the idea. Um, this is the project page, right? So this is the flow. What happens is a user would open a project page and they would see they get an overview of the project. They see like what key moments happen throughout this project, and they can find some interesting facts, anything that stands out through that project. They can find those insights, and then they can use all of these points or data to build a story narrative. And to build a story narrative, they can again uh, select a medium of their choice. So if they want to post it on a blog, or if they want to post it on social media, or if they want to just tell a story to someone through a presentation, maybe, or through case studies, or even in interviews. Yeah, so they need to select like a medium, is what I was thinking, and then they can select how much of their data should they include. Should they include the entire end-to-end story of the entire project, or do they want to focus on a certain aspects of the project? And then select a narrative style. Um, just so if somebody wants to have it very casual or if professional. And so, yeah, so have like multiple styles here and then generate a narrative. Yeah, so that is how far I have gotten in a couple of hours. And of course, these things, I'll start building these things now. So let's see where this goes. Thank you.